I was management at 16 at the
Damn.
local coffee shop.
Damn.
So I came in and took over and flipped everything around. So I'd been management throughout the years. I just kind of wanted to take a step back and get onto this ship and watch it grow. The beauty, the attention to detail. So the lighting was perfect. And this is all...
It's all crafted.
Yeah, talking about craft. The lighting was perfect. The food was incredible. The wines. What I learned from surrounding myself with David Lusby was the somm there. Insane. The style of service, the captain style of service.
Let's break this down. Talk about lighting. What was it just how they lighted? What did they do to make the lighting on?
So that was about a time when the Edison bulbs were just coming into play. What are we talking about? 2008.
2000. Let me give you 2006 to 2008.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So, that's when Edison at least was hitting out here. Maybe there was somebody could be listening and be like, "Man, I had Edison," and like, sure, absolutely. But it was starting to kind of take over. And what that Edison is, that soft, beautiful glow. And you saw the rawness in the bulb. It wasn't covered. It was, the pin light was there. It was beautiful. I remember there was this beautiful, dignified lady who was there, and probably, mid 80s, let's say. And we'd gotten to know each other, and she'd come back and she said to me, "Do you know one of the reasons I come back?" And I said, "It's incredible here, the food, of course." And she said, "First you're, and it was fun. And this isn't about me." She said, "But the real reason, the lighting." And she said, "I always want to look good for my date." And her date was her husband that they'd been married for over 50 years together. But she always wanted to look good for her date.
Nice.
And I loved that, and I really took that to heart of how important that was, the little details. So it all came together. And one other point. And this is kind of interesting for those who like wine out there, for the listeners like myself. I was coming off of a steakhouse. I was working, I was part of Mastro's. I'd previously been in Smith & Wollensky. We're talking bold. We're talking big. We're talking California. And I'd come off that type of world. And moving into craft was much softer, European, subtler. Even in the United States, Willamette Valley, up in Oregon, softer, lighter. And so I'd really learned the power of finesse working with the whole organization, Colicchio's whole organization, the power of the finesse in the dish, the finesse in the wine, how you have to lean in and listen to what's going on. And look, here's something kind of fun. I remember I had a great, you learn a lot from your great GMs, and this was in a previous role, who was a big wine drinker, and he taught me, and we're kind of going off, but coming back, he said, California wines are like prostitutes. Here you go. This is what I got. Here it is. Let me show you what I got. And he meant Napa. Napa was big at the time. I think Central Coast California is softer and subtler. And he said European wines are like a lady of the evening, a little softer. You got to work. You got to listen. You have to buy a drink. You have to pay attention. And I loved that analogy, because sometimes you just need a chewy analogy like that to land and to understand it.
Yeah.
And I got into it, and I was like, oh. But I was still working in steakhouses and various things. So when I got to craft, I was able to test that side of it and learn to listen to the product and to the lighting and to the environment a lot more, because before it was just boom and in your face and what's going on. So that was really key.